phase of moon. Third.
It's Blake Cousins, Third Phase of Moon. We're live, taking your calls from around the world. It's October 1st, 2020, and backed by popular demand, we're taking people's testimony, and they're calling into Third Phase. Last week's episode of our radio show, we reached over 40,000 people who listened to it. So when you're telling your story, when I say the world's listening, it's no joke. And we want to take your calls. You know, there's a lot of people wanting to share their stories tonight, so we're going to get to everybody. We see a lot of people calling in, so we're looking for stories. Keep it down to 5 to 10 minutes. Respect the other caller that wants to share their story. So if you've got a story, keep it down to 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll get to you. And I want to give a big shout out to a fellow YouTuber. His name is Sneaky, and he's a big supporter right here at Third Phase of Moon. We're going to be supplying his original link. Tell him Third Phase of Moon sent you. His name's Sneaky, SNEEKY is his YouTube channel, and he has a pretty good gaming system, a gaming channel. He's a great gamer, and we're giving a big shout out to Sneaky. The link is below. Now, Third Phase of Moon Radio, we're getting to it. We're opening up the lines. Give us a huge thumbs up if you're joining us on the live premiere. Wow, this is going to be exciting. It's Blake Cousins, Third Phase of Moon Radio. Let's just get to it and go to area code 808.
Hey, Blake. Thank you so much for letting me tell my story. So it was 1990, and I was out of college on my summer vacation. I had returned home to my dad's home in Federal Heights, and It was kind of a rough summer for me. I had some sleeping issues, and I had a lot of waking dreams, and it was a very memorable summer for me. But I would go with some friends, and we'd go travel behind the Rocky Mountain Arsenal. Rocky Mountain Arsenal is a huge weapons depot east of Denver. It's about 16,000 square acres, and there's all kinds of stories and rumors growing up, and But the kids in high school would cruise around back there and drink and party and do different stuff. But me and my friends would just cruise the back roads and fill up our summer evenings. But one evening, it was kind of an interesting occurrence. We noticed that there was a little light shining up in the sky, and it was definitely not a star or any kind of celestial body, but what we determined it was maybe could be a helicopter or some kind of aircraft. But as we left the arsenal, it seemed to follow us, and we cruised across town through a couple suburbs, and it still continued to follow us. We took note of it. This is long before drones were around or anything of that nature, and it seemed to be too far high up in the sky to be a helicopter or something. But so it perked our interest, and we didn't think anything of it. And I went home and went to bed that night. And the next day, we were out cruising around again with my friends. John Montoya was a specific friend, and we were out cruising. And this time we were in another suburb, and the same light seemed to be kind of cruising around with us. It was pretty distant, but it was apparent as we cruised. Colorado is a kind of big sky territory, lots of open sky, but it was easy to determine that it was following us around. And so we made jokes of it, and we cruised, and I went home, and I told my friends and other people about it and stuff like that, but I didn't really make anything of it. Now, the third night, I had a restless summer, and I had trouble sleeping, so I was sleeping in the living room. I was trying to sleep in the living room, and in a kind of a reclining chair, and my dad's room was catty corner to the chair, and the chair was kind of facing his room. But that night it was really interesting because in the middle of the night, it felt like one of my waking dreams. And in the middle of the night, I opened my eyes and lifted my head, and I looked towards my dad's door, and the door was open, and these small gray humanoids with big eyes. I mean, so typical of what you get described to you all the time. Two of them kind of floated out towards me, and they slowly lifted. One of them slowly lifted their hands and pointed at me, and I fell back asleep. So the next morning, because I had such trouble sleeping and throughout the summer, I didn't think much of it. But my dad woke up, and he's a serious blue-collar guy, lifelong trash man. He was a hard worker, and he was no nonsense, and he's never had any kind of paranormal anything whatsoever. But he told me he had a weird set of dreams last night, and I'm like, well, what did you dream about? And he said, oh, these little guys came into my room, and they were messing with me. And I'm like, that's crazy, because I had the same thing. These guys came out of your room, and so I just took it. I took it for canon from my father, because my dad never came up with. There was zero creativity about him. There was nothing. He would never talk about dreams or any kind of anything such like that. So I really took it to heart, and I told my dad about my dreams, and he was like, wow, that's fascinating. But later on in the day, my dad, he coughed up. He got really sick to his stomach all of a sudden, and he coughed up this weird orb. It was the color of a yolk, and it was solid, and it was surrounded by a bunch of goo. And he coughed this orb up, and he didn't know what it was. It didn't look like anything he ever ate, and he was kind of disgusted with it. He flushed it down, and he told me about this too, and it kind of started to solidify. Like it really felt like we were visited by something. And I could never make any sense of it. Why would some aliens or some grays come and visit my dad, who's a trash man or whatever? And all I could come up with was my dad was born in Las Vegas, New Mexico, which is about 2 hours north of Roswell. And he was my dad was born in 1947. The same time as Roswell. So in my mind, I created a connection between that. Maybe they were interested in the communities around or something like that, and they decided to come visit. Another thing that was a crazy anomaly after this, I'm quite the skeptic. So a lot of these times I still to this day, I still have lots of doubts about it was kind of a shared hallucination or something like that. But one of the things that kind of solidified it was after this weird visit, I have this triangle it's this piece of cartilage that I never remembered before that. And it's a triangle in my ear, and I never remembered having it before that, but now I have it. I've had it ever since. But that's my story. It's interesting. I'm still quite skeptical, but it makes for interesting story. So hopefully you enjoyed that and make some conclusion about things. All right, Blake, thank you so much. Bye.
I want to appreciate Jeremy. Thanks so much for calling in, sharing your incredible story. Wow. Father and son having their alien experience and sharing it right now on Third Phase. That's what it's all about. Taking people's testimony and sharing it with you. Have you witnessed an alien? You need to call in to Third Phase Moon. That's why we're doing this. Now, let's get to the next caller. Let's get to area code 818. Area code 818. What's on your mind? Where are you calling in from? What's your name?
Hello?
Tell us, what's on your mind? You got a story you want to share it to the world? Go for it.
I do have a story I wanted to share with you guys, and first of all, I wanted to say you guys are freaking awesome. I subscribed to you guys a long time ago and watched your stuff ever since. The story I do want to tell you guys is about a time that I was standing in the valley, broad daylight, maybe sundown. The sun was coming down. I was on the streets of Ventura Boulevard and Reseda in the San Fernando Valley. On Ventura Boulevard, there are mountains. And over the mountains came a circular craft. On the bottom of the craft, it had neon color lights of orange, green, pink, and purple, and really bright white. It was broad daylight. There was bikers passing me. There was traffic like crazy. There was me and another lady standing at the bus stop. I had seen it first, I reached over and I told the lady, I said, hey, check that out. Look at that. And she said in Spanish that, oh, my gosh, nobody's ever going to believe me. Same time, I'm looking at everybody like, I can't believe this happened. This is all in front of me. And everybody was just going about their business. Cars were driving. Bikers were riding their bikes. I even tried to stop some bikers and tell them, hey, look it. They didn't care, nothing. So what the craft did was it came right in the middle of the street, right where the right where the telephone pole lines were at. And it was swerving side to side. And then it went over a top of a building. And kind of like a bottle cap when it hits the floor, how it goes side to side, how it goes, and then it falls. Well, this is what that craft was doing over the building. And then it swayed back onto like the middle of the road above the telephone poles. And then it just swerved off, and then we didn't see it at all. But it was broad daylight, and it was something amazing. The day before that had happened, I was sitting outside of my house in Canoga Park, and I was looking at the sky, and I said, I think I had just finished watching one of your guys' programs. I had said, all these freaking aliens, and I never see one. And then I had, the next day, I was coming out of work. Sure enough, I seen one. That was it.
It's incredible that you're coming forward and telling us these stories, because my brother had an experience in Ventura on the 405 coming back from Ventura. It stopped the traffic. Everybody was just in awe of what it was displaying in the sky. Tell me, so other people around you witnessed this. Was there any conversation with strangers about what you just experienced? What did you think it was?
I for real, honestly, I had heard before all this had happened that there was something in Malibu, like a base or something in the floor, in the water. And I had already heard about that. And so the night before that had happened, that I'd seen that, I was already thinking in my head, and I was looking up at the sky, and I was saying, if all these aliens are out there, why the heck haven't I seen one? So the next day that it happened, I had told people about it. People can either believe you or they cannot. I always look at it like, hey, believe me or not, I've seen it. I'm not going to lie about that. That's not something to lie about. But I did. The lady that was next to me when I was at the bus stop, when I had shook her and I told her, look, what the heck is that? She was all in awe. She was an older lady, didn't even look like she was into anything like that. She just looked at it and she was like, oh my gosh, nobody's gonna believe me. She said it in Spanish, and I told her the same thing. I said, nobody's gonna believe me, you. And then at that point, I was trying to get everybody else's attention on the street. This was in 2016. This happened in 2016. I was coming from my job in Burbank, and this was so crazy. Yeah, I tell people about it, and I've heard other stories about other crafts that sound like the one I seen, and I said, what the heck, dude? It's freaking, it's beyond us, right?
Amazing. And you know what, man? We believe you. And obviously, a lot of people don't believe it until they see it. And I'm so glad you got to share it right here at Third Phase Moon. Appreciate the call. Have that camera ready next time this comes around, and send us a video. I'm sure you'll see something soon. You're right, dude. I had a huge tablet at the time. I had a huge Samsung tablet. The funny thing is that I was trying to crack the camera lens open, and when I was trying to crack that open, for some reason, it wouldn't let me open the camera. I said, what the heck? This has never happened to me before. I could always just open my camera up and no problem. And and I said, that was too real, man. So I don't know. They do have this thing where I guess they control our technology and they know what we're going to do. I mean, I put it this way. I always tell people this. If we knew the reality that we live in, we would have a heart attack. That's what people say. Like, if you were to see an alien or an alien being or a craft for the first time up close, that people might just turn into, it'd be such a shock for them that it would induce a heart attack. That's what we've heard with some government insiders, that when they showed some of these lieutenants or colonels or generals, these alien beings, that, they had induced heart attack just because their brain couldn't comprehend what they're looking at. This is incredible. Appreciate the call in. You be safe out there, and keep your eyes on the skies, man.
Awesome, man. Thank you, guys. Stellar day.
We're going to be sharing your story, so buckle up. Let's go to area code 419. Hey, thanks for calling in. Where are you calling in from? What's your name?
Hello, Blake. You got me?
Wow, you're coming in super clear. Welcome to the show. What's on your mind?
Yes. First of all, thank you for taking my call. And I have another experience that maybe your audience would like to have me share with them. This happened about 3 years ago. I live very near the Toledo Express Airport, Toledo, Ohio, to give people some reference of where this is located. Anyways, I woke up one night. I typically don't wake up in the middle of the night, and something told me to go into my spare bedroom. So I got up. I walked in there. Standing next to me I thought was my brother, but he was smaller than my brother. Okay, bear that in mind. Then all of a sudden, as I'm looking out the window, you're not going to believe this. I know you're not going to believe this, but a craft, a glowing craft, a disc, hovered down right into my front yard, and there was a really bright white light kind of came from it shooting into the room. And all of a sudden, for some odd reason, I had to go back to bed. For I don't know why, but I did. As I got in bed, I left my bedroom door open. I looked, and I saw what I would describe as about an 8-foot tall, kind of a dark, very dark shadow man. And then at the snap of a finger, I'm out. I mean, I'm sleeping or whatever happened. Okay, the next thing I know, as soon as I start to come out of it, I saw what appeared to be a tiny little gray standing next to me. And I reached out as fast as I could and hard as I could to try and grab it, but it got away. And let me tell you, those little guys can run really fast. I watched him. You're not going to believe this. I know. I watched him run right through my darned bedroom wall. So I looked at my clock. 4 hours had passed. Okay, fine. I pretty much knew what had happened. So I had to get up in the morning and go to work. I was doing renovation work for a fellow on an old home. I was working in the upstairs. A light bulb blew up. Okay, coincidence. Cool. So I go down to the kitchen and work. Another light bulb blew up. This is getting a little strange. So I was working then an hour later or whatever. In the front room, a third light bulb blew up. And that's pretty freaky stuff. So for the next day or two, I had black military-style unmarked helicopters kind of hovering around my house. So, taking all of these events and things into perspective, something went down. So that's my story. Do you have any questions?
Absolutely. It's interesting because it seems that there is always some kind of military activity around a person that has an experience, whether it be a UFO or it be an alien abduction encounter or, something along these lines. It seems to me that they do follow people that have these experiences. Are they still following you around today? And what do you think this dark shadow being was? Could it have been an interdimensional being versus an alien?
I don't. That's the first time. Now, I've had experiences ever since I was a very young kid, and that's the first one of those that I saw, and I was scared out of my wits. Being scared out of my wits, then all of a sudden, from that, almost instantaneously, quote unquote, sleeping.
What about video evidence? Since this is happening to you on a regular basis throughout your life, are you prepared for the next encounter, or am I going to see something incredible from you via a video?
Well, I'd like to do better than that. Now, I don't know if this is good for me to say, for your audience, but basically, I've kind of had enough of all of this of their shenanigans, and I want to grab one. I happen to have a very reliable source who
trap it. Yes,
yes,
one.
I'm going to grab
Make
it.
friends with it.
Oh yeah,
make friends with it. We'll
be
friendly with it. I'll give you $1 million.
Well,
get it.
You'll give me $1 million if I get one? Are you serious?
100%. You catch me one of these beans. If it's not of this earth and we haven't seen this species before, I'll give you $1 million. No questions asked. I just, we want to have access to it. I want to see it. You could own it for all I care. I just, we'll have to film it, get close to it. But yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Blake, you're on. I'm dead serious. Like I said, I'm really, really tired of being victimized by these little. They're using me. And as the years have gone by, I've come to that realization. I won't get into we have a time limit. I understand and respect other people, but I'm going to put my foot down, and the first opportunity I get, I'm going to grab one, and I'm not going to let go. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if it doesn't matter. I'm going to grab it, and it's not going to get away.
All right, do it with an extreme caution, but I haven't heard of any person being killed from one of these things. Yes, there are abductions. People are being experimented on, but as far as anybody grabbing one and holding it down, I haven't heard any bodily injury in a fight with an alien. But good luck with that. You know where we're at. We're around 24/7. You keep in touch, man. Great story. Thanks so much for sharing this. And I got a feeling, you never know, you could be the first man to receive $1 million because you got yourself something not of this world.
That would be cool. It was a pleasure talking with you, and have yourself a great show.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. You be safe when you do this. And again, extreme caution, but wow, what a brave person. That's what we're trying to do. We're putting out the word. We need some solid evidence. And if somebody could catch one of these beings, you let us know. We're putting out the award, $1 million. If you could bring forward to me an extraterrestrial being not of this world, let's get it on, guys. And you be safe out there, whoever, if you're going to do it, do it. But I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know. I've never tried to catch one of these things, but we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Well, let's do this. We got even more callers, and we're not wasting any time, so let's bring them in. Area code 217's been holding on. Area code 217, appreciate you calling in. Where are you calling in from? What's your name? Go for it.
My name is Blake Haley, and I'm calling in from Girard, Illinois.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you calling in. You're coming in loud and clear. Go ahead. What's on your mind? You got a story to tell? Let's hear it.
Okay, yes. I have a very strange story. It happened in the mid of June of this year. I was standing outside of my house at about 11:30 p.m., and I see it looks like the size of about a plane, maybe a little bit larger than a star. It looked like the craft was going straight up in the air, and I thought that was just a slightly odd-looking thing. So I went inside, and I told my mom to come here, and I said, I think I might be seeing something odd, just the way that it's going straight up in the air. Me and my mother go outside, and I can no longer spot what I was seeing before. We're kind of looking around, and above my head, a little bit more to the west, we see this craft now right above my house, and it's absolutely huge. I would say the size of a football field or maybe a little bit larger. The craft was triangle in size. It was a triangle craft, and it had two absolutely bright, huge bright lights on the front of it that were kind of like headlight lights, but way brighter, almost kind of like stadium lights. And then it also had underneath of it, it had 4 red lights. It had 3 red lights in the corners and then 1 larger red light in the center. The most strange thing about this craft, though, is that it was flying with the base of the triangle going forward, as in the front of the craft was the base of the triangle and the back of it was the point. When normally you would see crafts or even hear about crafts which were turned around the other way. We
Yeah,
have
you know,
absolutely
that's crazy. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, we have absolutely no idea what it could be. And the most strange part about it is I started recording video whenever I first started seeing the encounter of it right above my house. And we have 10 minutes of video, but whenever you replay the video to see back, the entire video of me pointing at the craft is a static blur, and the only thing you can hear is me and my mother talking about what we can see. You cannot see anything in the video. And it is the craziest thing ever because when I recorded the video, you could see it perfectly clear.
So you're telling me this video, you had it dead to rights. You had it in your camera. You thought you were golden
Yes.
with the footage, and then you go back and it's not there anymore. Oh man, that's not good. Let me tell you, did you upload this to YouTube? Can we still watch it? I'd like to hear the testimony. What YouTube channel?
I haven't uploaded anywhere. I didn't feel like the video was good enough because it didn't show much of anything. But I do still have the video with the audio clip of us talking about it and what was seen left in the video. I could upload it to anywhere you'd like. I could upload it to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, post it up to your YouTube channel. People are going to want to hear and listen to it just so people know that these are real people calling in. Upload it to your YouTube channel. Tell everybody what your YouTube channel is, and you'll be uploading it in a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, fantastic. I'll be uploading it to my YouTube channel here in the next hour, and my channel is called Laugh A Lot Vlogs.
Laugh A Lot Large?
Vlogs, as in VLOGS.
Got it. Laugh A Lot Vlogs. Okay, everybody go to Laugh A Lot Vlogs. Take a look at the video. It doesn't sound like there's much there, but audio testimony is always cool. I appreciate you calling in, man. I'm sure people are going to come to check out your video. Tell everybody Third Phase of the Moon sent you, and tell this gentleman what's up, and listen to their encounter. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yep. Fantastic, man. You have a great day.
Appreciate it. You know, these people, they just want to share. They just want to share their experiences, and that's why we're opening up the lines. We're going to let everybody know when we do these live shows. Third Phase Moon Radio is back by popular demand, and we're going to get 2 more callers right now. So let's get to area code 215. Area code 215 has been waiting around. Welcome to the show. Where are you calling in from?
I was just listening.
You're just listening? Okay, well, we'll save. We'll get back to other callers. Appreciate it. We'll just go to the next caller. We got people waiting online. They should just keep the lines open so other people could call in. So appreciate that. Let's go to, I think we got another area code, 818. 818, are you first-time caller into Third Phase?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, you're coming in super clear. Yeah, got you. Welcome to the show. What's on your mind? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just listening to the lady from Canoga Park, and I'm from Canoga Park. And in 2016, I've been seeing lots of stuff here.
What were you seeing? You're seeing the exact same craft in the same area as the first
No,
caller,
not exactly the same craft, but I'm also in Canoga Park, just a few miles from where the lady is. And I was standing during broad daylight. I was standing on a corner of Roscoe and Topanga Canyon, and I saw a craft, actually an object. It was small, and the only reason it attracted my attention is because it would wobble in the air in a really strange way. And then I started paying attention to it, like, what is it that, it kind of wobbles in a funny way. And I got my phone and I started taping it. And it flew over the roofs, maybe 100 yards, and it seemed to be like, I would guess it to be maybe the size of a small car, And when it got where I was standing, same, it was going east to west, and when it got close to where I was standing, in front of me. And I was looking at it, and I was looking at a screen on my phone, and I tried to blow it up as much as possible. I saw that it had a shape of like a pyramid, like 2 pyramids. One pyramid facing up, and one pyramid facing down, like upside down pyramid, and they were joined at the base. And the real funny thing about it is that it was gray in color, and it appeared to be metal. It was reflecting light, and the way that it was flying, it was rotating, but also it was morphing. It was squishing and expanding as if it was breathing. It was changing shape as it was rotating and flying forward. And I taped it for about a minute or minute and a half, and then it went too far west, and then I hit stop on my phone. But it was a really old phone, and it was like a old Nokia phone. And I left the card and my phone, and I forgot about it because there were no programs, and I have no computer knowledge at all. So, some time has gone by. I got a better phone, and I got a card from the phone, and I put it in my new phone. And I downloaded some program, and I tried to learn how to stabilize it and enlarge it. And then I was able to take a really good look at it.
Great. Look, let's just get to the point. Where can we see the video? Did you upload it to YouTube? Where is this video?
I don't have a YouTube channel. I really never had a desire to have a YouTube channel. I have no idea how to do a YouTube. I'm an older person, somewhat older person.
I got you. Listen to me. Listen.
But I tell you what, I had a friend. I talked to my friend in Africa, okay, and we use WhatsApp. And I was able to send the footage using WhatsApp to my friend. She was able to receive it and, give me feedback. So I know that WhatsApp application is able to get, to transfer footage of that size.
I got it, sir. So basically what you need to do is, you got my email address. My email is in every single description of every video we upload. It's cousinsbrothersproductions@gmail.com. Anyway, have anybody that is tech savvy upload that video and to YouTube or whatever, copy paste that link and send it to my email. I want to take a look at your upside down pyramid morphine video in Topanga Canyon. It sounds like California is obviously a hot spot. And let me tell you, if anybody out there captures a UFO video, don't hesitate. Open up a Facebook, open up a YouTube, and upload that video so you can send it to me, and we'll share it to the world. I hope you could get that video to me, sir, and I appreciate the call-in. I know sometimes logistics is tricky to work it out, but, hey, we want to see it. It's worth it. So do what you got to do and get me that video immediately. Okay, now we're going to get to the next caller. There's a lot of people that want to call in, so let's do it. Let's do it right now. Area code 803 is coming in. And 803, let's see, how's your connection? Where are you calling in from? Go ahead. Area code 803. We're getting some static. I'm not sure. We got some shy people, but this is live radio, so we'll close that call and make room for other people to call in. I see it seems like we got a caller from out of country, starting with area code 491. See what this is all about. Area code 491, or you there? Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Where are you calling in from?
From Germany, bro.
All right, man. So what's going on? You got something you want to share? Did you experience something out of this world?
Yes. Definitely.
You're coming in a little broken. I can't hear you, unfortunately. I'm not getting good audio. So we got to move on. Let's get to, let's see, area code 716. Area code 716. You've been standing by. It sounds like somebody's there. Hello? You're on Third Phase of Moon.
Blake Cousins?
Yes, it is. How you doing? Where are you calling in from?
I am calling in from New York. My name's Heather. Hi.
Wow, cool. On the opposite sides of the United States, we're in Hawaii. You're in New York. You're coming in very loud and clear. Tell us a story. You got something, sounds like you want to share? Go ahead.
Thanks. Well, in 2014, I was, the story starts out as so many others do. I was leaning out of a window, smoking a cigarette, and I didn't actually have my phone in my hand. It was charging on the bedstand behind me. And believe me, it's still a regret to this day. So I look up at the sky. It's nighttime, and it's like super unusually quiet. Thing I noticed was this like really bright white light hovering up in the sky, and it was going like up, down, left, right, back to center. And I was like, that's cool. And as my brain just starts ticking away, I'm like, I don't hear any rotor sounds from the helicopter. I don't hear any of the little drone buzzy sounds that you would hear. And it seemed like it was relatively close. You know, it was really bright. It was up close. But if I would have put my thumb up and out in front of me, my thumb probably would have covered it. So it was like about the size of a really bright moon maybe. And I was watching it, and as soon as I had the thought in my head that I should get up and get my phone and record this, it's like the thing heard me inside my head, and it took off faster than anything I've ever seen outside of watching like Star Trek Enterprise on TV. And we have had, and I'm in like Buffalo, New York area at the time, and we have these shows annually in the summer, like they're called the Blue Angels, and they're like F-16 jets. They do like booms when they take off. I've seen these jets and their maneuvers, and I've seen how fast these things can move. This moved like 50 times faster than that. It left a streak of light in the sky, and it was gone. And it did it with no sound whatsoever.
You know, this is cool because, you know, it's a bad habit, you know, smoking those stoves. But it seems that people that smoke these stoves are seeing more UFOs than people that don't, because they go outside. What else are they going to do? They're going to look up in the sky, and they're seeing these UFOs. And don't feel bad. Not everybody is fast enough to get their cameras when these UFOs, because these UFOs are moving faster than we could even possibly imagine. And it does seem like, even the last caller, the person wanted to pull out their camera, shoot this UFO. You wanted to shoot it, and for some reason, it seems that they're making it hard sometimes for people to get this smoking gun footage. So what do you think it was? Secret Space Force, you know, something in regards to our military, or something out of this world, or maybe possible spy from another country? What's your thoughts?
Well, it's funny that you should say that, because many times, but let me just say first that wasn't the only sighting I've had, because in October of last year, 2019, I actually had my phone in my hand this time. I was outside on my porch, and I had just put my phone down because I was recording some lines in the sky, shall we say. And I looked up, and there was a perfect, like, blue sky right between two puffy white clouds. And don't you know, there's this huge, like, I'd say the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, but it's a silver ball, like, and even could have been a silver disc on its side, like a plate standing up. And then I'm like, and I start raising my phone, and it shoots off into the clouds. And I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. But, yeah, I don't know if my first sighting with the light was like I've talked to people, and they're like, it could be Project Blue Beam, since there was no sound, and it was just the light that shot away. And I'm like, yeah, but, you know, there's questions and problems with that. I don't know if it was extraterrestrial, a black government project budget thing. I don't know, but I saw it, and there's something going on, so that was enough for me, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. There's something going on above our skies, and it's happening 24/7. That's why we're opening up the phone lines. Appreciate that call-in. You know, it takes a lot of guts for people to come share their story right here at Third Phase Moon. I appreciate you, caller from New York. You be safe out there. Have that camera ready. You never know when it's going to happen again, and Third Phase Moon will be standing by. So I appreciate the call-in. I can see somebody really wants to share their story. Sometimes people call in, and if you press number 1 on your dial pad, you'll be able to get to the top of the list, because we know that you want to share your story. So let's go to area code 215. Area code 215, you're live on Third Phase of Moon. Welcome to the show. Where are you calling in from?
I want to leave that undisclosed, Blake.
What was that?
That's cool. I don't want to speak on the area.
Okay, so
but I do got a story.
I don't understand. You're pressing number 1. You want to get on the show, but then you don't want to talk. Okay, so we'll clear that line out. Let's see. I think I got time for one more caller. So let's go to area code 571. Area code 571. You're on Third Phase.
571. That's
tonight?
Virginia.
Yeah, you're on. How you doing?
Oh, hello?
571, you're live, third phase. Yep, how you doing today?
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm calling. This is Miles. I'm calling out of Annapolis, Maryland, home of the Blue Angels. Last caller mentioned the Blue Angels.
All right,
yeah,
Miles.
Miles,
Miles, welcome for. What's on your mind? Let's hear it.
All right. Well, it was 2007 down in Culpeper, Virginia. Okay. I had no internet. I didn't know anything about UFOs or space or anything. And I was leaving a friend's house with my pregnant girlfriend. She was due, scheduled C-section in a few weeks. And it was a rural road, kind of country road. And it only took us 15 minutes, not even 15 minutes. It took about 10 minutes to get home. And we left my friend's house, 12 o'clock a.m., and as I'm driving, I see this kind of like orangish glow all the way in the rear view mirror. And like I said, I didn't know what UFOs, I didn't know any of that stuff. I just knew it didn't look right. So I remember saying to my pregnant girlfriend, I said, "What is that?" And I remember turning my head all the way around, and next thing I know, we're both coming to, the car's still in motion, and we both look at each other kind of like dazed and out of it. And she's got this really blank look on her face and asked me what happened. And I said, "I don't know." And I looked down at the clock, and it was 3:30 a.m. So a little over 3 hours missing time. So we went home, and I don't remember if it was that night or the next night. I'm not sure. But I had, I don't know if you'd call it a dream. I don't know what it was, but I was in some kind of room, and some of the beings were kind of tall and some of them were short. It was fuzzy looking. So I want to have regression so I can figure out what that is. But I didn't know anything until 2014. That's when I found out about other contactees, and then since then I've been doing stuff. In the past few years I started, sky watching and stuff like that, the moon, the sky. I've been catching stuff. I got a YouTube channel or whatever. But my daughter was born, when she was born, a few weeks later, she was born with a birth defect on one of her hands, and one hand was smaller than the other, and the fingers, some of them, I don't want to go into detail, but they were smaller. Some of them were fused together. There was webbing. She had to have reconstructive surgery to correct it. The doctors were not aware of it. They didn't know anything about it until she came out, and they had no explanation for it either.
This is pretty insane, because I think this is the first time that I've heard a husband and wife being abducted. Well, we've heard of that, Benny and Barney Hill, but I've never heard of a husband and a wife being pregnant and an unborn child being possibly abducted. And then who knows if there was any kind of influence after your daughter was born, but 2 hours of missing time. Wow. I just,
three.
What if
it was 3.
What if you could go back? Go ahead.
Yeah, it was 3. I'd like to have regression. I just haven't found the right person that I trust to do it yet.
Keep in touch. My email is in the description. Reach out to me. I might be able to get you in touch with some people that do hypnotic regression in regards to alien abductions. And what you're telling me seems like you would be the perfect candidate, you and your wife. And it's interesting. It's very brave of you to even come forward. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the mother of my oldest. I'm married to someone else now, and she has weird things. Ever since we got married, she has weird things happen to her. And my youngest now, I have my youngest is 5, and I think she's a they say it's generational, but I definitely see things in her, and she's around that age where contact will probably start soon. But yeah. Check out my YouTube. My channel. It got taken. My other channel, they did something to it where I couldn't get into it, so I had to transfer all of my videos from my old channel to my new one. So yeah, it's Miles, Miles, Ray, Rea, and I got some pretty cool stuff on there. But yeah, I'll email you, and hopefully you can turn me on to somebody, because there's a lot of stuff that I'd like to get answers to. I know it's there in my brain somewhere. I just can't quite get it.
Yes. Deep in our subconscious of alien abductions, there's so much information that could be revealed through hypnotic regression. Everybody go check out his YouTube channel. It sounds like he's got some UFO evidence. Appreciate you coming forward. Look forward to your email, and I'll turn you on to some of my connections in regards to this. Be safe out there, man. Thanks for coming forward.
All right, Blake.
Crazy story.
All right, Blake. Take it easy.
You too, man. Wow, this is an incredible show, and I want to thank everybody from around the world who joined us tonight on Third Phase of Moon Radio. We're going to be taking your calls again, and just hit that notification button on our YouTube channel. Subscribe, and you'll be notified when we go live, taking your calls once again from around the world. It's my pleasure doing this, because we need to get this information out. It's important, and people need to know what the heck is going on. Everybody, be safe. Thanks, everybody who's joining us on the live premiere. Give us a big thumbs up. You guys have been great. The super chat, all the incredible support right here at Third Phase Moon is what keeps us going. And if you captured anything amazing out there, upload that video to YouTube and send me your link. Blake Cousins, keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. We're not alone. We'll see you next time.